Welcome to the JECERIS Invitational podcast with Giada Pedretti and the inaugural JECERIS Invitational event on Saturday, the 6th of December, hosted at the Roundhouse in Braddon, Isle of Man. Giada, so nice to be speaking with you again after coming on to the Jiu-Jitsu podcast for episode 22, which feels like an absolute million years ago. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm very well, thank you. It's been a long time, but I'm very glad to be on the podcast again.
Oh, it's good. Now, obviously, we are talking about JECERIS, which is they're going all guns blazing for their very first event, and you're showing up to do a super fight.
Mhm.
Are you excited?
Yes, I am very excited actually. I've seen there's like loads of really good people on the card. There's like Jasmine Rocha, there's like Owen O'Flanagan, there's like Ashley Williams, there's like Zara Lee Tofano, super really cool fights to watch. And so I'm very, very excited to fight there. I've also never been to the Isle of Man, so I'm very excited to have a tour around it as well. So
Fantastic. And it's not very far away if you're listening to this today, Saturday, the 6th of December, over in Braddon. If you can get your tickets and get yourself over to the Isle of Man, it will be an incredible event. They are really pulling out all of the stops for this inaugural event. Giada, let's talk about your competition history and maybe if you've kind of competed and shown up in super fights before, but let's go with your recent accolades. I guess starting in January with the Europeans.
yes, yeah. Well, I think that was maybe my first major medal. So I competed. I did compete quite a lot before, but I never. I think I did Europeans only one time before that, the year before, and didn't go that well. But then kept training hard, and I got the bronze medal at the Europeans in January. It was good. It was like tough run. I think I had 4 or 5 fights. It was a tough bracket,
Yeah.
and yeah, as I said, like very special to like when well, like you like win some, you lose some, and then like at some point you
Yeah.
start seeing that like the consistency of training is paying off, and you like win more and more, and you like start getting closer to the top. So it's good.
Yes. Remind us what rank you are and where you train out of at the moment, Giada.
So I'm a purple belt, and I train at Total BJJ in Nottingham with Sean Coates. And yeah, recently we used to be like Gracie Bar in Nottingham before, so maybe some people have heard us under that name. And with last year we changed to Total, and yeah, we've like been doing really well as a team. We've been getting quite a lot of titles and medals, so shout out to Sean.
Yes, I met him at Kairos, which was another incredible event.
Mhm,
And I just love the energy behind Total Nottingham team. And
mhm,
there's a good amount of you now coming up through the ranks,
mhm.
achieving high status in all of your matches and events. How much do you rely on your team for moral support and all of the rest of the things?
Yeah, well, I think like having great teammates is like one of the key steps to like be successful. Like, you can't obviously jiu-jitsu is like you go there, you fight on your own, but you have to train with good people that allow you to like get better every day.
Yeah.
So like and being a girl as well, like a like small girl relatively, it's kind of hard to find people that like I can train well with without sort of going too hard on me, like
Yeah.
getting injured and stuff like that. So like I do try also, like we do have quite a few women that train with us, but the guys that we train with, especially in like the competition team in the morning, and so they're all like really careful, and like I can feel safe like practicing with them, knowing that they'll give me resistance, but also like it will be like a safe role, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like that's very important.
It
And
is incredibly important, and just making sure that you stay injury free in coming up to super fights and competitions, because
Mhm,
you know, you've put in so much work, all of you, to get to this place, and
Mhm.
you know, messing up or, you know, having an injury prior to because of training,
Mhm. Mhm.
it's kind of, you know, bad luck in lots of senses.
Yes, yeah, it's true. Like I do get injured quite a lot still, to be honest, but I'm trying to like uh, sort of pace my training and like sort of choose training partners and like see when I feel like too overtrained and then thinking like, okay, I recognize some like overtraining symptoms. Maybe like I'm really tired, like I'm not feeling like training, not because like mentally I don't feel like it, but physically I really just like can't like even push myself to do it,
Yeah,
or like if I sleep badly at night as well, I've got like a lot of adrenaline. I feel like it happens usually when I like do a lot of things, and so I'm trying
yes,
to recognize these things and be like, okay, just slow down, or like if I'm
yeah,
cutting weight and stuff, being like, okay, have to like be careful now.
yeah.
But something always happens at the worst time, so
we
yeah.
we are we are wishing well-being to everyone
Hmm.
taking part, and consistent training, ready to show up on the 6th of December, which will just be incredible, because
Hmm.
I just cannot believe how much effort and energy has been put into showcasing some incredibly high-level athletes,
Hmm.
including yourself. It's just incredible. Now you're fighting in the under 57 or under
Hmm.
67?
Under
Under 57.
57. Yeah.
So what's been your process? You mentioned weight cutting. Has that been a
Hmm.
thing for this particular invitational?
Not necessarily for this one because I fought last week at AJP World Pro, and that one was under 55. So I had to cut quite a bit for that one.
Yeah,
But weigh-ins were the day before as well, so I ate a lot after, and I hope I don't have to cut much for this one now.
good.
But yeah, it should be okay with this
Okay.
weight now.
Now, talk to us about AJP World Pro, because
Mhm.
you've got some incredible news about that.
Yeah, so I won. Like that's pretty exciting. We fought last Friday, so it's like almost a week ago. It was in Abu Dhabi. So we flew out, me and Arian, my teammate, on Monday the 17th, and we landed there on Tuesday. We were like super tired, so we didn't do much sightseeing at all. But it was fair enough. Like we wanted to rest a little bit. And then we went to see the Grand Mosque in Abu Dhabi on Wednesday. It was very nice. I had to wear like their clothes to cover up everything, but it was a cool experience. And then on Thursday, we just did weigh-ins, and then we could eat finally. And then on Friday, we fought, and I had 4 fights, and I managed to win them all. I won my third one by submission. The rest of them was just points. I managed to not get any points scored on me or any
Good.
advantage, so that was good. And yeah, like I'm happy about the result, but obviously I'm like never satisfied. I think there's lots to improve, so we will focus on that.
Okay. Maybe you can give us an insight into some of your strengths and what we might expect to see
Mhm.
on the JECERIS super fight with you.
Hmm. Yeah, so I always like try and prioritize action. Like I like to have like quite dynamic fights. So um, I've been like training a lot, both like guard and top. So I'm not sure what I'll do. It depends how the start of the fight goes. But I feel confident both playing guard and playing top. So I'm excited to see what this will bring. And yeah, just like trying to hunt for the submission as
Yeah.
much as possible, and just like trying to keep the fight entertaining. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
I think the crowd will be cheering you on, Jada. There is going to be so much energy at the Roundhouse in Braddon.
Mhm.
I just sense the showwomanship, the energy and the vibes are just going to be incredible. The sponsors of JECERIS Invitational are Zebra, Hartford Homes, Grow Lab Organics, the Crown Group, Kano Fightwear, the Empress Hotel, Alt Lodge, and ELS Group, Isle of Man. Go and follow all of the sponsors in the show notes. So you've never been to the Isle of Man before, Giada.
Never.
What are you expecting?
A good question. I don't know. I think it's like a relatively small island, so hopefully we'll be able to like see it, or most of it, like during the day. I think I land on the 5th and then I leave on the 7th. So maybe like I don't know if we'll have much time on the 5th or on the 7th to see, but maybe on the Saturday we can have a look. I've heard there's like nice food, so I'm looking forward to that.
It sounds, I think a lot of people are, venues and locations, it's about the food. Certainly
Yeah.
after weigh-in, that will be the thing. The Isle of Man is not such a small island. I spent a few days there over the kind of spring, summertime, and there's such a lot to see. There are so many incredible people that just welcome you into their kind of community and their island. And of course, wonderful walks and kind of coastline, of course. But I'm sure you will have the experience of the island as well as the food.
Yeah. Hopefully, we'll have someone from there that could show us around too. That would be awesome. So
that will be good. Now you've got your teammate going with you. Talk to us about the kind of joint effort in supporting each other for JECERIS Invitational and ongoing with your competitive careers.
So yeah, well, Irian is doing a super fight as well. He's amazing. Like his jiu-jitsu is just like incredible. Training with him like really helps to like obviously get better, but see like where the standard is, So I'm very glad to have the privilege to be training with him. And like we train quite a lot together with the competition team, and we do like a lot of sessions, like maybe after the competition class, where we like work on techniques together. And yeah, it's just very good to have the insight of someone that's super good on your training,
And do you get quite honest feedback? Or do you have the reality yourself and go, oh, okay, I can identify some of those gaps or some of the things I do really well? How important is it to have that kind of external feedback sometimes?
Yeah, I think it's really important. I think like I try to usually like be very self-critical. So I try and like understand myself what's not working. So like, for example, if I feel something doesn't feel quite right, then I ask them, oh, do you feel like you could get out in this position? Like, do you feel like you could free your leg, or like, what do you feel like you could do? And then they do something and I'm like, all right, so I have to like respond to this now this way.
Yep.
So, but also like sometimes like when we drill or when we practice, we usually add some resistance just so that it's not like dead drilling. And let's say if I do something that's not right and they can capitalize on it, like that shows me that I've done something wrong, So
yeah,
it's good. Yeah.
Do you have any goals or ambitions for JECERIS Invitational Super Fight? Have you got something in mind that you want to achieve over and above anything else?
Well, I'd like to get a submission. That would be the best, I think, outcome. Obviously, the win would be great. But yeah, a submission is ideal, really. And I don't mind from any position, really, as long as I get one.
Good. And would you be happy in sharing some of your highlights in terms of previous submissions?
Yes. So in general, I get quite a lot of chokes from the back. So that's usually like my go-to, like when I play guard, really. Even from like top or so, I think the back is like the best position in jiu-jitsu. So I try to get there and then I try to get a submission from there. But sometimes it happens like that you get submissions on the way there, maybe as you try to like off balance someone from guard and so maybe you get a triangle, like arm bars from there. So some like foot locks too. So we'll see what this super fight brings.
Good. And remember, if you want to go and watch Giada and all of the other incredible athletes and competitors on JECERIS Invitational, head over to jeceris.eventbrite.co.uk to get your tickets today. And of course, there's pay-per-view, jecerisinvitational.com/fight-card. Talk to us about what else is going on in your jiu-jitsu career at the moment, Giada.
So I'm planning on like staying as much as active as I can competing. So next year I'd like to do all IBJJF majors in like 2026. So like Europeans, Pans, Brasileiros, hopefully that would be cool. And then Worlds. Hopefully they all go well. And yeah, I'm also, because I won the World Pro, I can now, in AJP, I can now fight with the brown and black belt division of my weight category. So my plan is to do that in Rome on the 6th of February, I think it is, or maybe not 6th of February, but around that time.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that will be just like a good test to see where I'm at in that division, because that will be the next step up. And I think like it's super cool that like federation gives you money, like obviously not every fight, but in the Grand Slam, if you like medal, I think even just in the brown and black belt you get some money. At the World Pro, if you win you get money, or even if you medal. So I think it's a big help for the athletes to like push them to, you know, keep training and like getting some reward for it.
Yes.
So.
I think any of us that take part in any sport or any activity, having some reward, knowing we've done a good job is all very well, but actually having some financial reward, as well as the medal, of course, keeps us all entertained. And feels like there's a bit more fire and there's a bit more competitive edge when there's something more at stake.
For
Is that
sure,
how
yeah.
you feel?
Yes, for sure. I feel like I'm not just fighting for like a medal. Obviously, like medals are important, and like yeah, obviously you want to like win a medal and like ideally win the competition, but like there's a lot more after it, or like a lot more beyond the medal. Money is one thing. No, I mean like obviously it's good to get money for it, but yeah, in general, like that kind of pushes the competitors to like I guess fight even harder than what they normally do. And but yeah, I do feel like anyway, even like you shouldn't just focus on like getting a medal out of a competition, right? Because then let's say if you lose and you don't get a medal, like you can't just like be destroyed and like throw in the towel, you know, like you've got to keep going and, you know, like focus on what went well and just understand that it can't always go perfectly. So and it's good, like everything adds to the bricks of like or to the ladder, you know, to like keep building it to the top.
Absolutely. And it's also very much about owning your own achievements, you know, whether it's winning a fight or not quite winning a fight, that it's about us as individuals as well as the kind of audience watching. How excited are you about having an audience around you kind of maybe cheering you on? Is this something familiar to your jiu-jitsu career?
I have never took part in like a super fight. I'd say a proper super fight. I did one at uni a few years ago, but that was just like with the like gym crowd. So so like having something a little bit more like with a lot more people sort of being able to watch is great, obviously. And I think that will add sort of like maybe more stress. We'll see. But like anytime you compete, you've got a big audience anyway, right? So and I guess what's different now is that you're like on the spotlight, whereas usually there's like loads of people competing at the same time. So I'm very excited to see like how that will play, you know, and hopefully the crowd will be excited to watch the match.
I think we might see a new side to you, Giada. You know, the kind of you know, the quiet, more introverted, considered, like very knowing what you're doing. Of course, you're still going to know what you're doing, but actually having that audience, I'm excited to see how that plays out for you, and whether it might be a new direction for your future in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think that's where the money is mostly as well in super fights, right? So I think at some point, like that, like people will have to do it to like get some more exposure and like get more money, more financial reward.
Do you have any other invitationals or any other vision for your future? Maybe not this year, maybe not 2026, but beyond that, in terms of super fights?
Well, like I'd like to, as I said, I don't know if I'll do much or like more super fights from, let's say, after JECERIS to June time, because that's when I want to focus on like IBJJF and AJP tournaments. But after, for sure, like I'd like to get a little bit more into no-gi as well. So, and I think that's where most super fights are. And I'd like to compete in like the best competitions possible. So like and just like building my way through it. So if there's like a cool opportunity for like a super fight, I will definitely take it.
Good. So after June 2026, you are open for super fights.
Yes. Yeah.
Amazing. Sorry to put you on the spot, Giada. I feel like this is I from chatting with you on episode 22 of the Jiu-Jitsu Lu podcast, you've grown so much, your reputation, your ability, and your success in competition. It's been absolutely incredible to see, and I just feel like this is probably just the very beginning, even though you're kind of purple belt and progressing incredibly well. So it's a joy to see. Do you have any kind of mindful, supportive comments for anyone else wanting to take part in super fights? I know this is one of your first super fights, but you came out with some incredible gems of wisdom and encouragement for anyone else showing up on the jiu-jitsu mats.
Yeah, so I think like preparing in general for like a competition, regardless of whether it's like a super fight or a normal competition, it really pushes you to like analyze your game well, to like being able to evaluate what's working, what's not. You sort of like train more proactively, trying to make every moment productive, which is very important to like improve fast. And I think like obviously competing is like stressful, but like at the end of the day, like the sort of the key I think to it is just like try and focus on your jiu-jitsu, like be confident in how you've prepared, like be confident that whatever you've done to like get to here has made you grow. So now it's just like showcasing whatever you've worked on, and if you're successful, that's great. If you're not successful, that's just more material to like make you grow in the future and like build again to be like the best competitor that you can ever have, so like I think I've learned a lot through like the years that it can't be just like a straight line to the top, right? It has to be a little bit bumpy, otherwise it's not really worth it. So like I'd say don't focus too much on the outcome, just like try and focus on doing like your thing, your jiu-jitsu, and then it will all like play out naturally as you compete. So yeah,
I agree. And I also feel like it's really good to reflect on past achievements. Often competitors and some of us are so focused on the future, so focused on driving ahead. But every now and again, it's really quite joyous to look back and reflect on the achievements to date, because they're not small events. Your achievements and everyone else that is on the JECERIS card have such incredible accolades and lots of achievements altogether. I'd love to actually know how many years of jiu-jitsu training and experience and medals in total for everyone on the card at JECERIS. Maybe that's a little challenge for anyone.
That would be yeah.
And then we can measure the weight in gold, silver, and bronze at the end of that as well.
That would be a cool research experiment for sure.
Okay, we kind of diversify into the scientific brain now. Giada, we know where we sit is fine. Do you have any wishes for anybody else taking part on JECERIS Invitational?
Well, I think this is a great show, so I just wish everyone the best. I think because like you said, the card is amazing, like both the fights in the prelims, the main card, the different weight titles are like super cool. So I think like the show will be awesome, and I think if I'm sure everyone will just like do amazing regardless again of the result. And just like, let's go guys, and let's have a great show and let's deliver well for the audience.
Amazing. Giada, you are incredible. I cannot wait to watch you on the pay-per-view at jecerisinvitational.com/fight-card, because sadly this time I cannot be in the Isle of Man, but I will incredibly make all the efforts to be there for the next one. Giada, wishing you the best of luck and continued success for 2026, 2027 and beyond, because I feel like there's some exciting things coming your way.
Thank you. Awesome.
I hope you enjoyed this episode. Tell your friends about this show, maybe even drop it a rating and a review. And also go and follow all the sponsors of this event if you're not already. Thank you again for listening. Catch you on the next episode of the JECERIS Invitational podcast.